It's impossible to give Dr. Marco Mason's accomplishments their due in so short a video. Since his arrival to the United States from Panama in the early 1960s, Dr. Mason has achieved an extraordinary record of leadership as a scholar and activist. Dr. Mason is one of the founding members of the 20-plus-year-old Caribbean Women's Health Association, where until recently he served as chief executive officer. He is the chairman and CEO of the Panamanian Council of New York City, Inc., and has served a variety of UN committees and conferences. He's received more than 100 citations and awards for his work with the Caribbean American community. Dr. Mason is a passionate public health and immigration policy advocate. His principal scholarly interests include U.S. immigration policy impact on ethnic communities, delivering culturally competent services to ethnic groups, and patterns of Caribbean immigration to the United States. He's written extensively on these subjects.
Now, as we enter the 21st century, clearly by the 2020, we're going to see some serious demographic changes, and given those changes, now those who are a minority will certainly be majority, and those who are now majority may very well relegate to be minority. And that is the overall intent that we're seeing taking place with the type of anti-immigration sentiment that is moving now to criminalize immigrants, like with the Sensenbrenner bill. And that's why, yes, I agree with you. We all need to speak out about it, because the foundation of this country is based on immigration.
To quote Brooklyn's Deputy Borough President Yvonne Graham, Dr. Mason is a champion for Caribbean and Pan-American affairs who fervently believes in strengthening families, empowering communities. Above all, he's a visionary who selflessly and faithfully, with insight and boldness, continually seeks to advance the welfare of Caribbean people globally. I can think of no one more deserving of this Lifetime Achievement Award. He is known as one of the most respected men in the communications industry. She is known as Debi and can be heard every Sunday on 107.5 WBLS opposite her husband. Today, special recognition through our first Lifetime Achievement Award will be bestowed upon Debi and Hal Jackson for their life work on WBLS and for investing in hundreds of teens around the world. The program has opened many doors for young teenage ladies between the age of 13 and 17 with diverse backgrounds from across the United States, Central and South America, even the Caribbean, Canada, Africa, and Europe. This is just one of the Jacksons' many firsts. To quote Ann Tripp of WBLS, Mr. Jackson is truly the be-all and end-all of the entire radio industry. Debbie B. is his most magical and intelligent counterpart. What an incredible couple.
It's just wonderful, because I feel that I've been blessed and just have been all those years and doing all the things we've done.
But Hal Jackson's career and lifestyle can be summarized by the theme he has chosen for his radio programs. It is nice to be important, but it is more important to be nice. The energetic wife of Sean Austin and mother to a daughter 12 and son 8, Jennifer Jones Austin has contributed to her family and to society in exceptionally meaningful ways. As an attorney for nearly 20 years, Jennifer Austin has advocated for disenfranchised children and families. She was appointed by Mayor Bloomberg as New York City's first Family Services Coordinator after serving 4 years as Deputy Commissioner in the city's Administration for Children's Services. She was Civil Rights Deputy Bureau Chief for Policy, Legislation, and Public Outreach for the Attorney General, Eliot Spitzer, and advocated for the education rights of children as the Vice President of Development for Learn Now at Edison Schools. In 2008, she accepted a position with the United Way of New York City as the Senior Vice President of Community Investment and became a committed leader in the service of those in the greatest need of support. Gordon Campbell, President of the United Way of New York City, remarks, "As a leader and as a human being, Jennifer is unmatched in her tenacity, commitment, and strength of character. I personally feel far richer for knowing Jennifer and having the privilege of working alongside her." But in 2009, Jen was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. And even in this, she leads a fight in appealing for African American bone marrow transfers. We'll let her tell you why.
My name is Jennifer Jones Austin. I am a 41-year-old mother of 2 children. 2.5 months ago, I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. I was walking around feeling fine, going to the gym regularly. The day before I went into the hospital, things were good. And then 3 days later, I learned I've got leukemia. Tristan? 7. Rory?
8.
Here's 8. Grant?
7.
Zach?
7.
That should be 15. I and my family and my friends, with the support of the ICLA Foundation, have been frantically searching for the last little while for a donor who can help me have a transplant and decrease in significant manner the chances of the cancer returning and give me a new lease on life. There are thousands of African Americans who suffer with leukemia, who once again can be helped by fellow African Americans. If we could come together as a community and reach out and support our fellow African Americans, some we know and some we don't know, by just stepping forward and joining the bone marrow registry, being tested to determine whether or not we can save numerous lives, hundreds of lives, thousands of lives, by being in this registry, being available, making ourselves available to other African Americans in need. We have a situation here where we can help each other. We can hold each other up. And what I'm asking my sisters and brothers to do is to engage, to be a part of this very important effort, not just for me, but for all of those other African Americans. One never knows what's going to, kind of be their destiny or what's going to happen in their lives. So today it's me. Today it's this African American woman. But tomorrow it could be, some African American's brother, sister, daughter, son, mother, or the person, him or herself, who's in need of a bone marrow transplant. And what we do today can affect the lives of so many other people today, tomorrow, and in the years to come. If we just get involved and we register, we get tested, and we make ourselves available to someone else who's in grave need of a bone marrow transplant, we as African Americans can save the lives of many other African Americans.